Most of us like certainty more than we admit. If you're given a guaranteed outcome or a much better possibility with a risk attached, most of us will choose the guarantee, not because it's wiser, but because it calms us. Certainty soothes the nervous system. Uncertainty makes us restless. And that instinct doesn't just shape our money decisions. It shapes our faith. In John 16, Jesus is preparing his closest friends for a moment when certainty will no longer be available to them. Up to this point, whenever they didn't understand something, they could ask him. Confusion had a place to go. Answers arrived from outside them. But Jesus says a time is coming when that will change. Not because God is leaving, but because presence is moving inward. And that's unsettling, because certainty is easy to lean on. Presence requires staying. Here's the part that stopped me cold. In John 16:27, Jesus says, "The Father himself loves you." But the word Jesus uses isn't the big abstract word for love. It's phileo, friendship love. That matters. Just one chapter earlier, Jesus told them, "I have called you friends." In Jewish culture, friendship wasn't casual. Friends were trusted with knowledge. They were brought into the inner circle. They stayed loyal when pressure came. So this wasn't Jesus being sentimental. It was a 1-2 punch. First, you are my friends. Then, the Father loves you as friends. Their identity changed. And when identity changes, everything changes. I'll be honest, when I first saw that, I felt almost deflated. I knew it mattered more than I could yet explain. That's usually how real understanding begins. The disciples say, "Now we believe." Jesus gently replies, "Do you now believe?" Not as a rebuke, but as realism. There are some things we can't truly believe until we experience them. You can't understand love until you've loved. You can't understand grief until you've lost. You can't understand faith until certainty stops working. Jesus doesn't shame them when they scatter later. He names it ahead of time so they won't confuse failure with abandonment. That's what friends do. So what is faith? Not certainty, not control, not having the right answers. Faith is presence. Faith is friendship. Faith is staying. Staying when the questions stop working. Staying when belief feels thin. Staying when the outcome isn't clear. That, it seems, is enough. If this resonates with you, you may enjoy the longer written or audio version. You'll find the link somewhere within this post.